Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world. And you, beautiful individual. Today, I would like to speak a little about, before I take a weekend break, your ego, well, both spiritually and physically, is permeating your whole being. As I have mentioned earlier, our physical, etheric, and astral, or etheric, astral, and ego, are reflected in our physical body. They are just reflections, though, of course, so the spiritual truth of the matter is kind of outside of us. But I digress. Your etheric body is your glandular secreting system. That means the life functions, the life regulating functions. Then you have the astral body, which is reflected in our nervous system, in our movements, in our impulses of actions and thinking, and, well, whatever you truly can tap into in truth of the nervous system. It is very specific when you truly just focus on the nervous system alone. Then we have your ego. Your ego is reflected in your heart and blood. And what does the blood do? It pumps through your whole being. And what is your blood also known for? Warmth, for fire. Fire has always been the reflection of the ego. In earlier times, the ego was a group soul, the phoenix, which constantly recreated itself from its own substance. That is what the ego was in earlier times. Today it has become, well, it has become our blood. It has become our inner strength in relation to the animals that has the group ego outside of their bodies. Hence they are all looking, one species all look the same more or less. Unless it is regional differences, but that is still very little. So, just to put into perspective. But our ego is different. We are individualized. Our soul is individualized. Yes, we can tap into the group ego, but the group ego is not the group ego that we should tap into. It is an animal-like ego that removes your own inner center in a sense. You kind of just has to be put into there and lose yourself in a sense. That is not the group ego, the group soul that we should connect to. We should connect to the highest group soul, where you can be both individual and you can tap into the group, to the whole of humanity. And it is about being sincere and have an intention of purity here. By doing so, you are with your ego purifying in your body. Within your blood, you are pumping through your nervous system, breathing in even your breathing, even the air that you breathe in is part of your being. Think about it, your whole body is created to breathe in air, hence we are also the air around us. And it affects us, affects our being. Our breathing affects our rhythm, our stability within our body, and so on. The more we are with our ego within our body in a healthy and non-obsessive sense, in a truly objective, you observe yourself kind of as a lab rat. I don't like using that example, but you are your own lab experiment. You are your own observation. You observe yourself objectively changing over time. And based on the change and the insight and the inspiration you are given, you share it with the world. That is what I do, at least. So it is about try and explore and to find out and to discover. And then we come back and, hey, this is amazing. And it works. I wouldn't speak about it if it didn't work. It is all about seeing the results and having the resolve and the dedication and the love for this path. The more love you put into the path of development, the more you love to develop. When you love to develop, as I said in the video yesterday, you have a win-win on your hand. So, your ego is the sun. From your ego you can have a beautiful sun smile, a genuine, warm smile. But you know that, yes, the pain is something that is here. It is kind of a universal thing, the longing. But we still have faith, love, and hope despite. It is about that hope. It is about that choice to never give in, to never lose yourself to death-dealing forces that more or less destroys your soul and love and warmth and inclusiveness, and ending up becoming cynical and seeing the world as just pure hopelessness. That is death. That is death-bringing, disease-bringing forces, you see. Because nothing matters. And when nothing matters, you allow everything. It is all about holding to health, holding to the virtues, holding to the love. We wouldn't be able to develop in a real and a beautiful sense without the love, without the divine cosmic objective love that they truly shine down in us. And they truly wish for us to develop and grow into the hierarchy, but by our own freedom. They do not come down here and force us. They do not come down here and overwhelm us with their devotion for God and so on. They want us to grow that ourselves. And by your ego, the ego that you have been bestowed, the divine part of yourself that makes you human, is the one, when you are within your ego in your astral, you transfer the divinity from your ego to the astral, purifying the astral with your ego. It's the same when you put your ego into the etheric. You start transforming and purifying the etheric with the physical too. The sun. And the more you tap into those living, unfolding, warming sun forces, instead of cold, detached, traditional, empty spiritual traditions. It's pure, ancient, cold insight that is memories, but they are not reality anymore. The living sun brings about a living perception. Your soul and spirits are in movement and are being worked upon by higher beings and yourself through conscious participation. Conscious participation, effort and activity within your own inner spiritual being. It strengthens, anchors, stabilizes, brings a foundation. And the more stably you do it, without feeling pushed to anything, you don't have impure intentions so that you become overwhelmed. I promise you, to have an overnight fame is not a smart thing to do. It will disappear as fast. No. Yeah, even if it took 10 years and you got 1 subscriber every year, and you had 10 subscribers after 10 years, it wouldn't matter. That is stability, because it sticks. It is something that you can constantly hold. And that is what we are. It is all about intention, all about the pure intention. We know why we do this, and it is all about purifying away any egotistical goals here. Because they will only, promote your own successes, but they doesn't necessarily bring insight to the rest of people. It is all about having the intention to help the world. Nothing wrong with providing for oneself, mind you, but it is all about the intention thereafter. Are we here to only get ours? You can do that. Or are we here to help the world lift it up? We will pass, right, and incarnate anew. So the more foundation you have built in this lifetime, you will have that as help in the next lifetime. You preserve certain memories, inner insights, and wisdom to the next incarnation. So the more you sacrifice time, effort, and activity, dedication to the cause, more or less working towards a new. We work to the future. We are here, but we work to the future. Instead of working to gain something we need right now just to feel good, in a sense. So it is all about seeing where the values lie, and you need to find that out for yourself. I am not a person to give anyone any list of rules to live by. I just want people to become aware of the different forces, the forces of progression, humanity, love of humanity, true dignified, moral, ethical, inclusive and understanding perceptions of the world. And we can go the other way and be isolated, shut in with ourselves, only thinking of ourselves and don't care about the world otherwise. You can also lose yourself in the world and just become, you lose your ego because you let the world dictate where you're going, and so on. By you being within your own inner being, your ego, you are inspired to do what you are meant to do. You know what you are meant to do. Maybe not right now, but you will know. Oh, you will know. And that is what I will leave you with today. Thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful individual genius you. May you be protected, guided, blessed and loved by Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, Raphael, hierarchy, ancient masters of old, ancestors from every incarnation. And may you find your unique, also unifying journey for yourself as an individual and also those around you and those that you connect to soul and spirit wise. We do connect here. I feel more or less, you see, when I put out videos, I feel more or less everything sent to me. So it's all about holding that inner strength, no matter what you feel. You know, you have all kinds of people with perceptions. And it is all about maneuvering within it. And have faith. Thank you so much. Love you, love you, love you. Goodbye.